All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generation 1 Duocon Flywheels. A very cool little figure here. I've had a G1 Battle Trap for a little while now, and then I went to a little local, like vintage toy shop, and I saw Flywheels there for a pretty decent price, and I was like, ooh, I want to, complete that little duo there, the duo of Duocons. And yeah, he's a pretty cool little figure. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Duocon gimmick, basically it was just two guys. I guess if you want to count Overlord later, he's kind of a Duocon, but two guys when they were just released, Battle Trap and Flywheels. And the gimmick with them is that they're one guy each who turns into two different alt modes, and then you have to combine the alt modes together to make the robot mode. And yeah, in the case of Flywheels here, he turns into a little jet and a little tank, which has always been kind of strange since like he doesn't have wheels. He's got treads. I've always kind of had the theory myself that like somewhere along production line their names got swapped because Flywheels makes a decent amount of sense for Battle Trap too, since it's got a flying alternate mode and a vehicle mode that actually has wheels. And Battle Trap I feel like makes more sense for Flywheels because like battle, right? And these are more like military vehicles. I don't know. It's just a theory that I've always had. But yeah, no, he's a pretty cool little jet and tank here. In terms of the jet, he's got some nice sticker detailing on there. I have no idea if these are the original stickers or if they were replaced at some point, but either way, they look pretty nice on there. Pretty similar to his Siege counterpart. And yeah, he's got a nice little rub sign on there. And then for the tank, it's a little bit simpler, but he also has the rub sign right here, so you can see. And then he's also got a regular Decepticon badge right there, which now that I look at it, kind of looks like the Slanted Eyes movie Decepticon logo. So that's probably a different sticker from later, but whatever. And yeah, no, they look pretty good. He has a little gun that he comes with here, which can store on either of the alt modes. For the tank, there's just a little slot right here that you can kind of peg it onto to give him a second gun there, which I think looks a little bit silly, but whatever. And for the jet, it can just store underneath here, so it's at least kind of symmetrical, which again looks a little bit silly, but it's a G1 toy. I can kind of forgive it for that. But yeah, in terms of comparisons in this mode, just for the standard one, here they are with Kingdom's side swipes. Just so you can see what they look like with him. Obviously not at all in scale there. For another G1 comparison, here they are with G1 Bumblebee. Little mini bot comparison there. Here they are with the Siege Siege Flywheels, so you can see how the updated version looks. And yeah, I mean, this says more about the Siege than the original one, but I feel like it's a pretty nice update. Adds some nice new details, and then also gives him like a blue cockpit, which is something that I've always thought that the G1 toys probably should have for both him and Battle Trap, is like actually have the cockpit painted in or stickered up or something. But yeah, still pretty nice little recreation there, but that's what they look like with our most modern version of Flywheels. And then last but not least, here they are with G1 Battle Trap. So you can see how the 2/4 of them work together. And yeah, it's the same kind of formula of them each having a ground vehicle and each having a sky vehicle. But yeah, in terms of transformation, obviously it's very much a gimmicky transformation. It works just like Battle Traps does, where you want to line up these three sections right here and then plug them into the body like that. And then once that kind of unclicks, you can just let it go and he'll flip up like that. And there we have Flywheels in his robot mode. Obviously, we can give him his little gun here. He actually like has hands, unlike Battle Trap does. So it's like he can actually hold his weapon, which is kind of nice. In terms of articulation, there's really not a whole lot. The head is completely static in place, can't do anything. The arms you can swing out to the side and I guess make him do a T-pose, and that's pretty much it. I mean, he's got joints down here so he can like bend down like that, but they're kind of springy for the transformation. So he is really supposed to just kind of stay up like that. And of course, he has the classic Duocon thing going on of having these enormous feet jutting out, which I think looks a little bit silly, but still, say a pretty fun little gimmick there. And I think that on him, it actually works a little bit better than at least on my version of a Battle Trap. But yeah, in terms of comparisons in this mode, here he is again with Sideswipe, just for that standard size comparison, and then also with G1 Bumblebee for another G1 comparison. comparison. Here he is with Siege Flywheels, so you can see how he looks with the updated version there. And then, yeah, you know, just like I said, again, says more about the Siege version than him, but I do think that this guy is a really nice update in terms of keeping the spirit of the original toy alive, but just like giving him better proportions and a more in-depth transformation. He also gets the bonus of like getting the extra gun because the tank, you know, the tank turret actually becomes a gun for him as well, instead of just the little extra gun that he comes with. So he's got two guns there that you can combine, but still looks pretty cool with him. I guess you could still do that if you want. If you want him to have a foot gun, that's where you can store that, which I think is kind of silly. And then last but not least, here he is again with Battle Trap, who I figure I'll just show off again since it's such a quick transformation, just so you can see what the two of them look like together. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say like the feet on Battle Trap are a little bit less ridiculous than Flywheels, but he also doesn't have any like solid arms or anything like that. So I think they're both kind of awkward in their own ways, but they make for a very charming pair there. But yeah, that's it. You know, pretty much all there is to say about him. He's not a super complicated figure, just a neat gimmick little figure from G1, and I'm glad to actually have the pair of them. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And without further ado, here we have Transformers Generation 1 Duocon Flywheels.